Hey everyone, this is Steve from GamersNexus.net, and today we are talking about Screen Cheat, which is a pretty fun indie FPS title that is built around the concept of screen looking or screen cheating and actually encouraging the use of that strategy, we'll call it. So if you ever played local competitive games with your friends on consoles back in the day when split screen was a more common thing, what would happen, at least with my groups, is we would kind of inadvertently at first look at the screens on the split screen layout of our opponents, figure out where they are, and use that information to navigate the map, find them, and kill them. And this made camping effectively a non-issue because it just wasn't possible. And this eventually devolved into new tactics like looking at the floor while running around and using your memory to navigate the map. And that sort of eliminated the possibility of your neighbor looking at your screen to figure out where you were because you're looking at the floor and you presumably have some idea of where you are. So this comes into play in the game Screen Cheat. Screen Cheat has all players invisible. We are not drawn as character models in the game. You do have an FPS view of your gun, but that gun is not shown to your opponent. So if you are looking at me in the game, in the FPS arena, you see nothing. You see right through me, unless I'm doing certain things with weapons. Certain weapons give off flames and things like that. So the only way to figure out where your enemies are is to look at their screen. Everyone's screen is shown at the same time, and you can even over the internet if you're playing over the internet. So you effectively see split screen whether you're alone or not in real life, and you've got all four players shown at once. You look at their screens to figure out where they are based upon the color of the environment. So every environment is a different color. It's pretty it's not the best looking in terms of aesthetics, but it's very good functionally because you can see, okay, Steve is in the orange room, I'm in the blue room, I go over to orange, and I'm going to kill him. And basically, there are different colors and objects to help determine where a player is with specificity, and then you shoot at where you think they are, and if you hit, they're dead. It's insta-gib, one hit, one kill, or insta-gib, whatever. I always forget how to say the UT word, but that is the idea. So it's pretty unique, it's pretty novel, and that is ultimately what it is a novelty. The game is very fun for a couple of hours, maybe 1 to 4 hours, depending on how long you can be entertained. And it's really only fun if you've got friends. If you've got a couple friends you can play this with, it's worth about $10 each to get into it. I wouldn't spend more than that, but the mechanics are pretty good. There are a couple of fun weapons. Weapons aren't perfectly balanced, but you know, it's an indie title and it's kind of a silly idea to begin with, so really how much can you ask for? But the maps are a bit fun. The game modes are actually pretty cool. So there's of course deathmatch and stuff like that, King of the Hill, but there's also a game mode that is time-based with a single shot. So you've got a pistol with one bullet in it, and every X seconds, I forget how long, I think it's 15 seconds or so, your ammo will reload. So you need to use your bullet in that time to try and kill someone, and then you can't reload until the time expires. So this is pretty interesting because it becomes a game of chicken. Who shoots first? And if the person who shoots first misses, they're in big trouble unless they can survive for that reload time and get their next bullet. There's another game called Murder Mystery, right? That's basically what it is. And every player is assigned 2 cards. Now keep in mind that you can see all 4 player screens at the same time. So this means that your cards, when you look at them, everyone else can see them too. Imagine playing cards at a table. Every time you look at your own cards, it flips it face up on the table. It's that idea. So basically you keep them concealed until you're ready to take a peek. When you think everyone's preoccupied, pop them up for a second, drop them back down. And what they show is who your target is. You have to kill that person. It doesn't tell you what their name is. It just tells you what part of the map they are currently located in. And then the second card says what weapon you need to kill them with, thus Murder Mystery. So the fun of it is when multiple players are in the blue room, for instance, and you have to kill a player in the blue room, you've got to sort of let things transpire for a few moments while you deduce which of those 2 players is your real target. And that's a very unique and fun game mode. I don't think it's got a lot of staying power. You probably are pretty limited in how many sessions you will invest into that mode, but it is fun. Overall, Screen Cheat is a pretty good game. It plays very well for what it is. It's interesting for a couple of hours at best. I would price it at about $10. I probably wouldn't personally want to pay more than that. Excuse me, but it's not bad. It's a good novelty. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a novelty. It doesn't have a ton of staying power and replayability, but pretty fun for the time being. So that is all for this review. I will see you all next time. Peace.